Hi everybody, welcome. This is Lexi at the Podunk Paper File, and today what I wanted to do and show you is we are going to be making pockets and tags for our interactive junk journal. We haven't done a whole lot of decorating of our journals yet. We've mostly just been constructing them, but today we have to do some decorating in order to get the constructing done, and I wanted to kind of show you kind of where I'm going with this whole idea. So here is the example that we'll be using. Okay, this was my page where my pocket is, and it has one journal card in this pocket, and I put some paper on the back, and then it's got two more journal cards in this little pocket here. So I'll show you how to make this, and here we go. So I wrote down all the measurements, and I made one of these before and made sure all my measurements were accurate before I showed you the video. So I came to school a little more prepared today. And oh, hang on a second, gotta close my blinds. It's nighttime, and I don't want people looking up in my house being like, what is she doing? She's being crazy. Like, they already know, I'm sure. Okay, so anyway, here are our measurements, okay? So we'll have the big pocket, the small pocket, the big card, the two small cards, and then for our backgrounds, we're going to have, for our cards, we'll have two small cards. So two of these measurements and one big. And then for the top, sorry, I'll show you. Oh. For the top, middle, and bottom background measurements that you'll need to cut. Okay, so I'm going to just hold that there for a second, so if somebody needs to pause, they can, and pause on that and get all of their measurements before they start cutting. All right, so let's jump into it. So I already picked out, so this is going to be my background. This will be like on all three of the pockets. This will be on my two small journaling cards, and this will be on my large journaling card. I think I'm just going to use this spot right here. All right, now I've got some, so let's see. I'm gonna cut okay, that's too small for a pocket, but it's almost the right size for the card. So if it's 8.5, 5 and a quarter. Yeah, I just got to trim this down a little bit, and this will be like the perfect size. So I'm just going to put that off to the side and grab a new piece. So I actually have a few pieces that are like this from like my scraps and stuff. So I am going to use them. However, I do need one that's a little bit wider than all of my scraps. It's got to be 4 inches wide. So but I can use one of my scraps for the small pocket in the front. So what is my measurement for the small pocket? It's 1.5 by 10 and a quarter. So 1.5. By 10 and 1/4. All right, and I'm just gonna write small on it. Now for my big pocket, it needs to be 4 by 10 and a quarter. 4 by 10 and a quarter. large. And then I need to cut my card, my big card, and my 2 small cards. So I have this scrap from just barely, and then this was from earlier, and so it needs to be 5 1/4 by 8 1/2. So it is 8 1/2 tall. So let's just measure it down to 5 1/4 and give her a trim. So there's my large pocket, or large journaling card. And I'm going to use this to make my small journaling cards. And they're 3 by 4 1/2. So here's, okay, hang on, let's do it. 3 inches first. Well, no, I want to do 4 1/2 and another 4 1/2. Did I do this one 4 1/2 or did I do it 4? Go figure. Oh, geez. If it's, so it's 4 1/2 this way. So maybe I did, close enough. Okay. 4 1/2, and then we'll do a 3 this way. And this one is 4 1/2 this way. So we'll do it, actually, it measures to be the same size. Okay, I know I'm breaking rules here, but okay, by 3. So now these two should measure up to be about the same. Okay. Now the next thing that we need to cut are going to be our backgrounds and what we're going to use to decorate. So, the first thing I'm going to cut out is for my cards, for my journaling cards. And what did I do? Okay. This is what I'm using for my small cards. So they need to measure 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So 2 3/4 long, or wide, by 4 1/4 inches tall. All right, so those are my 2 backgrounds, and what we're going to end up doing with this is putting it on our journaling card like this. I'll probably round the corners first before, but anyway, okay. So the next step is for the big journaling card, and what I chose for that one was these sunflowers right here, or these daisies. They look so pretty with the butterflies, so that's what I wanted to use. And what does it need to be cut to? 5 by 8 1/4. So it needs to be 5 inches wide, and since this is what I want to use, I'm going to measure it this way, okay? So 5 by 8 1/4. By 8 1/4. Oh, that's so cute. Why does it look crooked? Is it crooked? No. I'm crooked. Now we need to do the background for the pockets, okay? So there's going to be the top background, the middle, and the bottom. So essentially that's just, I think I already showed it to you once, but just so you know, it's this. It is this piece, and this piece, okay? So that's what we're cutting next. Whew. Today was a day, you guys. Oh, you don't even know. I've been at the car dealership. I sold my other car, And I've been dealing with the car dealership because they've been, it's been fun. Let's just say the least. If you buy a sports car, and it had a previous owner, it could be hard to get it to pass emissions, just so you know. There's nothing actually wrong with the car. Yeah, anyway. So, they all need to be 9 inches long. So I can trim this down to 9 inches, or I can trim them, the measurements, and then trim the 9 inches off. I think I'll just trim it down to 9 and then trim the other measurements. Okay, so that's 9 inches. Now the top one needs to be 2 3/4 of an inch, 2 3/4 inches by 9. So there's 2 3/4 by 9. The middle needs to be 3 1/4 by 9. And the bottom needs to be 1 inch by 9 inches. Okay, so that's about what your cuts should look like. And so now we need to put everything together, and I think I'm going to actually glue my background pieces onto my pockets. Well, no, I need to scoring first. We're not going to be scoring our journaling cards, so you can just set those off to the side. The only thing that we are going to score on this project is for page 3 is our large pocket and our small pocket, okay? So, on the small pocket, I'm only going to score 1/4 of an inch right here. Down this long side, I'm only scoring 1/4 of an inch. And then on the sides, I'm going to be scoring 1/2 of an inch. So normally I do 1/2 an inch, but since this pocket is so small, I wanted to only score 1/4 of an inch there. So that's why. So 1/2 on the small sides, and on the long side is only 1/4, okay? Now on your large one, everything stays the same. Just 1/2 an inch on 3 sides. The 2 short sides and the long side, 1 long side. So 1/2 an inch, and yep, you guessed it, boop, boop, 1/2 an inch. Oops, I got a little wonky there. Okay. Trimming the excess off the corners, like so. And I'm going to also trim up here so that there's just less bulk. And this is going to be the same thing. We're going to trim there, here, here, and here. All right. Now we can start constructing. Starting construction. So the first thing, so I'm actually going to fold these, my score marks. Levi, you okay, honey? Levi? Levi?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. He's in the shower. I just want to make sure he's being quiet for a while there. All right. Okay, folding my 1/4 of an inch one and creasing. Crease. Super creased. All right, so there's our small pocket. And here is our large pocket. And now I'm going to start gluing everything together. So the first thing that I want to glue, since the top one's only 2 3/4, I can just see that that's the smaller one of these two. I'm going to put that in first. So we are on page 3. So this was 1, 2, here's page 3. and it's got to have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, okay? You can see, right? Okay. Now I'm using my Fabrifix here because the art glitter glue is a water-based glue, so it can warp. And since this is like a thinner, like scrapbook paper that I'm using, I'm going to use the Fabrifix just because I don't want any warpage. And Fabrifix is a silicone-based glue, so it's not going to cause your paper to warp because it doesn't have water in it. It's silicone. So, ooh, we're almost done with this bottle. And then I can toss it and start on my new one. Ooh, I love new glue bottles. It's the best. Leave the cat alone and get dressed, please. Kate. Okay, I love you. All right. Now that we have our first background piece down, I want to put the large pocket. Okay. Now you got to be careful here. You don't want to put it right up against your crease where your page folds. You want to leave a little bit of space right there so that your page can lay flat. So I'm going to glue this down. Oh, I left my glue undone. This art glitter glue. I just saw the pin. Right here. It's right here if you want it, sweetie.
Yes. Okay. I do it way faster if I wait.
Oh yeah, totally. Instead of just drying yourself off, just sitting there waiting is faster. Oh, got it. I'm learning all kinds of stuff from you, kid. All right, well, since I have no idea where my pin is for my art glitter glue to free it up, we'll just use a Fabrifix. I like using art glitter glue on the pockets because Fabrifix takes just a little bit longer to grab. Not much, but just a little bit. So that's the only reason why I choose to use art glitter glue here. And plus this is cardstock, so it doesn't warp as easily as like just regular scrapbook paper does. Okay. And it should line up with the top and bottom of your page too. So it should lay flat, flush. Up here and down here. Oops. All right, now we've got our second pocket down. We need to get our larger piece of scrapbook paper and put it down. Oh yeah. And just kind of eyeballing it, making sure that it's about the same all the way around, you know. Doesn't need, I mean, if it needs to be perfect for you, you can measure everything and mark it up, but nah, that's okay. I'll skip that step. All right, now we're just going to put our small pocket on. And again, you just want to leave a little bit of space at the bottom so that you can, it will lay flat. You just want to be careful there with that. Okay. There we go. And now we're gonna get our last background piece for our pockets and put it on there. Isn't that cute? Yay, that looks really good. These are so much fun. I love, like, they are so much work, but at the end of everything, it is so rewarding. It really is. All right. So I'm going to put this off to the side for a minute and let it grab and do its thing. And while that is doing its thing, I am going to glue these down. But first, before I glue them down, I'm going to round the corners. And I'm just going to do a little 1/4 of an inch. I'm using my Crocodile We Are Memory Keepers brand corner chomper. And I'm just going to do the smaller side. Just cause, why not? We want some flares, some razzle dazzle. Razzle dazzle. Whew, I am sleepy tired. I'm not going to lie to you. I have had a long day. Not bad day, just a long day. All right, so there's those. Now I gotta do the background, or the base, foundation, whatever. You know, the black ones. And the last one I have to do is the actual card, the large card. Okay, hang on. I think I got that one a little wonky. So the first time I used my Crocodile corner chomper, I was so confused. Want to know why? Because this was closed, and I was like, how do I get the paper in there to like chomp the corner? This doesn't make any sense to me. I was so frustrated until I learned that these just like pull apart, and then it gives you a perfect 90-degree angle. But like, I had time to figure that out. Like, I don't even know why they put those on there. I'm sure there's some kind of purpose, but. All right. And, oh, isn't that just so cute? Never gonna get over it. It's adorable. Back with the Fabrifix. This is cardstock. So it would be okay to use the art glitter glue here, but since my glue bottle is clogged, and I'm eager to get rid of this current Sugar Bell bottle because it's got a crack in it. We'll just keep using the Fabrifix. It's no biggie. Then we know we're not going to get any warpage because it's silicone. Okay. I love Fabrifix glue. It's my favorite. If I had to pick only one, it would be that. Every time. All right. Yeah, that's looking good. And Fabrifix is a little more forgiving than the art glitter glue. You actually can move things around for a little bit after you've put stuff down with Fabrifix. Art glitter glue, once it's down, it is down. Like that's it. So just leave it alone because you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. Okay, now we'll do these little guys. And that would be cute to do this on one side of one of them. Like, why not? So I'll do the change of plan. So, okay, hang on. I might need your guys' opinion here. Should we do 2 of the wooden ones? So it's in there with 2 wooden ones. Or should we do one side with the words? So that it's just, we've got variety. Oh no. Decisions. I think I'll just do the words because why not, okay? Like, who cares? Let's do it. So I officially sold the Santa Fe today. It is gone. The new owners have it and are driving it. It is theirs for the keeping. I'm sure they're very happy. It was quite a process. It was a very big learning experience for me, but I really am glad that it's gone and it's gone to a good home. I know that family is really going to take good care of it, and that they really, they needed it. And so, okay, now I need to do the back side of these, and I forgot to trim something for the back side. So what I'm going to use is I'm just going to grab a piece of coffee dyed paper, because I have like a bunch always sitting next to me. And I'm going to use the same measurements that I used for the cards on my backgrounds. So I'll make 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 and 5 by 8 1/4. So this paper is 8.5 inches thick. So I'm just going to trim it down to 8 1/4. Oh, I guess I'll have to trim it instead of score it, huh? Down to 8 1/4. And then okay. That's 8 1/4, right? Like, I feel like I didn't even cut a 1/4 inch off that. And then by 5 inches for the large one. And for the 2 small ones, it needs to be 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm measuring 4 1/4. I'm actually, 4 1/4. By 2 3/4. And we need 2 of these. 1, 2. Putting my scraps in my scrap bin. The ever-growing scrap bin. All right, and I'm going to round the edges. All right, hang on a minute. Where did my large piece go? Did I just put that in the scrap bin? YOLO. There it is. Okay. Whew, I am so tired. Sorry. Yawning. It's the worst. It's the most contagious thing in the world, they say, and they're not wrong. Somebody yawns, and I'm like, whew. Did you know that they say that, like, sociopaths don't yawn when other people do because they don't have empathy or they don't show empathy? And so, like, if somebody yawns around you and somebody else, like, sees that person yawn and they don't yawn, they're supposedly a sociopath. Now, I don't know how true that is, but science. I think it's kind of neat. I just think it's cool. It's interesting to me. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Josh Powell, Susan Powell case. It was really popular in Utah and probably Washington. Josh Powell, murdered his wife and 2 kids, and they made a podcast about it called Cold. And I was telling my daughter about it because she heard about that Chris guy over in Colorado that murdered his wife and then 2 daughters. And so I was kind of telling her, about the one. Hey, Levi, go in your room now and leave the cat alone.
She just wants to play.
No, she doesn't. I just heard her cry. She was not happy. You need to go leave her alone. Thank you. And I don't know why, but I was like, yeah, there was this one guy named Josh Powell. And she was like, really? And she's all into it and interested in it. And so now we're listening to the podcast and she's totally into it. And I'm letting her because, mommy. What's up, honey?
I'm so tired. I don't even want to take a bath. I just fall asleep right here.
Well, you need to take a bath. And then you can go to sleep wherever you want. Yeah, I sent him to his room. He's in trouble. Just go get in the shower real quick, sis. Just take a quick one. I have the cutest kids. And I love them with all of the pieces in my heart. But today I am tired. I'm a tired mama. I feel very worn out by them Levi really gave me a run for my money today. He just, he's got a lot of energy, which is fine, you know, like he's a little boy, he's growing, he's going to have a lot of energy. But today he was squealing a lot and like screeching and like at the most inopportune moments. And it just, made me feel really tired. Like, oh, okay. Mama's ears hurt. Can you stop squealing, please? And like we're out eating and I'm like, honey, look at me, you know, pay attention for a second. Do you see all the people around us? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you hear them squealing and squawking? And he's like, no. And I'm like, don't you think that's nice? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, we need to be respectful and mindful that there are other people around us and we want to have good manners and let them enjoy their meals just as much as we are, right? And he's like, okay, yeah. And then, you know, 5 minutes later, squealing, squawking, being a kid, which is fine. Like, he's a kid, I get it. But today it was just made this mama tired. And my kids were like fighting at the car dealership. I'm like, cool. This is awesome, momming. I don't think anybody knows what I'm going through. Just kidding. Yeah, I know. All of you know. Moms, dads, and grandmas, and all grandpas, all kinds of family. Like aunts, uncles, everybody. People know what kids are like. It's tiring. It's exhausting. And very rewarding. It's like the best of everything and the worst of things. Some things are hard, like when they're squealing and fighting. There's this kid like clear on the other end of the restaurant, and it was just wailing. I don't know if it was a little boy or a girl, but like the kid was just screaming at the top of its lungs. And I like looked at Levi and I was like, Levi, what do you think about that baby? He's like, it's loud. It's hurting my ears. And I'm like, that's how other people feel when you're loud. And he was like, whoa. He's so cute. I don't even care. He's the cutest thing ever. It makes my heart happy. And then, best part of my day, Kay. Best part. All of my day was pretty good. It actually wasn't very bad, but my husband beat me home tonight. I didn't get home till like 8:30-ish. And he beat me to the house. So when I got home, he was here, and that was really nice. Okay, so getting my book back. All right, so we have our 2 pockets. We have our large journaling card in one pocket. And okay, so since, you know, we folded stuff. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I was just making sure, but since we had put that fold down there and the glue, whatever, it had to just get adjusted. All right, so we have that. We have our cute little wooden one and our one with words. And that is it for page 3 in our interactive junk journal. So we have space on the back for writing. These pockets have plenty of room to add to them if you want to put more stuff in there, pictures, postcards, receipts from your trips. If you've got any like just mementos or anything that you want to slip in a book or something somewhere, this is like the perfect place to put those. And yeah, so if you find value here, please like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe to my channel and you'll get to see more videos and give you ideas for things for your junk journal. And oh no. Oh, okay, I'm still recording. Sorry, my battery is being silly. Okay, so anyways, like, subscribe, and share. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. If you look up the Podunk Paper File, you'll find me there. And yeah, keep watching. I have lots more ideas and more fun things that we can do. And today I decorated up this page just because the way that the layers were going. And I wanted you to see kind of like what a finished like page is going to look like as well here. And so these pages right here that are just blank and black and boring are not always going to be that way. And so I just want you to know there's hope for our book. It is going to be beautiful and you are going to love it. So thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. I appreciate all of you listening to me ramble about my kids and life and cars and whatever's going on in my world. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay cool, be groovy. Okay, bye. Yeah.